Illinois Salukis are here. Coach Barry Hinson is surrounded by the student body, Armand Fletcher and Kavion Pippin. And we're going to ask Barry to start off with a statement on the game, and then we will have questions for all three Salukis.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Coach Jacobson and his staff and the Panthers of Northern Iowa. That's the first game we've lost all year long, holding the team to 39% or under. And give them credit. They made a huge – Green hit a big basket with a hand in his face. And our player, Aaron Cook, hit a big basket to put us up one. And we were one stop and one rebound away from winning the game. And Northern Iowa made the play to win it. So congratulations to them and for an outstanding effort on their part.
Questions? Start right here. Thank you.
Kavion, they tried to kind of challenge you with low house around that screen. You guys were trailing, and you had to kind of make a decision, try to come out and challenge the shot or prepare for the rebound. How difficult was that today?
It was pretty difficult. They was able to come off the screen and pull up, so I had to adjustment, either step up or just stay with my man. So they were smart plays.
And offensively, how much did your confidence grow when you knocked down a couple of those free throw line jumpers and they were leaving you open there?
My teammates and the coaches was telling me you can make that shot. They believed in me. They was telling me keep shooting it, even though it wasn't falling at first. So it just gave me the confidence, and I believe that I can make it.
Stay right there, Karen.
If the players could just take me through the last couple seconds from seeing Cook take that three and just trying to get a stop on that last possession.
Armand.
Or trying to tie on that last possession. Sorry.
Armand will go first on that sequence, and we'll go to Kavion.
AC just made a big shot. That's all there was to it. The play broke down, and he did a good job of doing what he does, which is making big shots in big time. And, they came down, and we forced them into a tough shot themselves, and, Green just made it.
Armand, they tried to put you in difficult positions defensively, just with Trey and a couple of different guys. How hard was it for you to find a good shot tonight?
A lot of the shots, I took, that was just me missing them. They forced me into a few tough shots, but most of them was just, my error. I can't blame anybody but myself for missing so many shots. So.
And just how disappointing is it just to come up short here today and your careers here in the first game?
Kavion?
It was very disappointing. We expected to win it. We believed that we was going to win. And I guess you and I just played better ball today. We lost.
Barry, could you talk about just, why do you think the team, do you feel like you got the team as far as they could go, or where do you think you came up short as a team this season?
Well, I thought we played our tails off today, Todd. When you're down 11 under the 10-minute mark, most teams would just shut it down and not play. And for us to come back and take the lead, I thought showed great character on these young men's part. This is not what we expected, but this is the Valley. And I would think that we're the first upset of the tournament, and there'll be some other upsets that I would predict, and we'll just see what happens. But I'm not going to discount anything these young men did this year, and especially these two guys that are with me here on the podium tonight.
Back there, Abby.
To both the players, you guys just played possibly your last game of college basketball. What's going through your head right now?
Armand first, then Kavion, please.
Just constant replay of, mistakes you made in the game. The whole season, everything you've been through, it's just replaying over and over again.
Pretty much the same thing, constant replay, memories with these guys and the coaching staff. Just a constant replay of just reminiscing about playing with each other.
Do you remember these two next to you and Sean Lloyd in particular?
Well, my memories of these two knuckleheads up here with me won't be from basketball as much as it will be for the pain in the ass that they've been at times. But no, I'll remember these young men. Armand's been with me for 5 years, and I'll remember Armand and Armand's mother because they have been so dear to me as not only as a player but and as a mother. I'll remember Kavion just through the recruiting process of him believing in us and believing in SIU to come play for us. And Kavion carries a lot of pressure on his shoulders just because of his last name, and he's Kavion Pippen, and he deserves to be Kavion by what he's accomplished. Both these young men sitting up here beside me will have the opportunity to play professionally. Armand has already got his degree, and Kavion will get his degree in May. And that's the most important thing to me, because I tell these parents when I go into their home, I could care less whether they can make a jump shot 15 feet 15 years from now. But if they have a degree, it will last them for the rest of their lives. And it'll show you the impact that not only they've made on my life, but hopefully we made on their lives as well.
In the back.
Coach, looking back at all of your seniors, playing their last game tonight, is there anything you have to say for each of them tonight?
Yeah, well, you just heard me talk about these two guys, and I'm crushed for Teak Bowl, but I hope people understand what this young man did. Coach Kill said he had a guy at Minnesota that played without a meniscus, but he never practiced, and that's basically what we did with Teak. And I thought the grit that he showed just playing this year for us was outstanding. And I hurt that you didn't get to see the true Teak Bowl. Only got to see it in his junior year. Rudy, I've never coached anybody from Latvia. If I go to Europe, I'm not ever going to have a tour guide. Just an outstanding young man and pleasant to be around. And I've had the opportunity to coach some guys from Philly before, but Sean Lloyd will be the most popular guy I've ever coached from Philly, and what he's done for me. You're talking about people judge a book by its cover. They all think he's the meanest sucker on the floor, and he's probably the most gentle teddy bear that you'd ever want to be around and one of the kindest individuals. But these 6 seniors have had a huge impact on my life, and I'll forever remember that.
You mentioned Teak and your player from Latvia. You have 3 international players. As a guy in Carbondale, Illinois, how do you find those guys?
I think you're going to find out that mid-major basketball is going to do a lot of international recruiting. That's the one area that we can maybe find a diamond in the rough and still compete against the high majors. I have to give credit to my staff, our network. I've been doing this for 38 years. I got a lot of guys out there trying to help me. And I will say this, it's always been a pleasure to coach those kids internationally because they really appreciate receiving a free education, a free meal, a free bus ride, a free plane ticket, free gear. They're very appreciative of it. And it's always a pleasure to be around those guys.
Coach, next season, Aaron Cook, Eric McGill, what have those two guys meant for you and showed you this year?
Well, I think, the thing is, with 6 seniors, you always have to have some guys that will adapt around those guys. And I couldn't be any prouder of Aaron Cook and what he did and how much better a player he is. And Eric McGill, after breaking his hand last year and having to sit out a whole season, Eric's second in the conference in steals. And you got 2 guys coming back next year that will solidify. And I thought you saw a little bit of Darius today that we could see the future. But there's 3 good perimeter players that they're coming back to represent us, and it'll be interesting to watch those guys develop as they mature.
At this point, we're going to suspend the questions and give the table to Coach Hinson.
I'm going to let these players go if that's okay, Joe.
That's fine.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen. You are dismissed. Congratulations on your careers.
Hey, guys. I've been coaching 38 years, and I've been blessed to be a part of this conference for 16 years. And there's nobody that loves the Valley more than I do. Each and every venue that I've ever coached in has just been outstanding. I got to serve 9 years in Springfield, Missouri. Started off as Southwest Missouri, and I was the last coach at Southwest Missouri and the first coach at Missouri State. And then I got a second chance to come back to the Valley when Mario Moccia hired me to be the basketball coach at Southern Illinois. Just a great program and a tradition-rich program. I made last March, the chancellor and we made a pact that if we didn't go to the NIT or the NCAA, that it would be time for me to step away. And I've had the most enjoyable year, believe it or not, being around these young men and being around my current athletic director, Jerry Keel. I couldn't be more excited right now for Saluki Athletics than what I am, because I know where it's headed. I know who's running the ship now. And I know we've had a lot of issues on campus there in Carbondale, but those issues are getting ready to go away. If you quote me on one thing, I'd like for you to quote me on this. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that we couldn't get back to the tournament. It's haunted me. It's haunted me my entire life. But I'm a man of faith, and my dad taught me a long time ago. I know not what my future holds, but I know who holds my future. I've made great friends, and these coaches in this league that I've made over the 16 years will be lifelong friends. The players that I've coached against and the players that I've had the opportunity to coach. And I've had the opportunity to work under one of the greatest conference commissioners that a guy could work under. I've been so blessed. I've been so blessed. And I've had tragedy in my life, and every time I've had it, somebody in the conference or the coaching community or the fans have rallied behind my family. But I want to thank you for giving me 16 wonderful years in this conference. And I'll do anything I can do to help it in the future. But it's time. It's time for me to step away. Thank you.
On behalf of the Missouri Valley Conference, thank you for your service and Godspeed.